I was falling to my death and getting shot at a lot.
With friend!
With friend!
Just gonna move this.
I'm not so lonely anymore.
Not only with your digital friends, analog friends.
My digital analog friends from the internet.
Careful.
We did get to know each other from the internet first.
Yeah, we met up on a nerdy sort of
Nathan, you okay?
webcomic
I'm good.
forum thing.
Just follow me.
Thingy.
I should be probably doing this for something.
Do something.
Do a thing!
Swing it into a
think you can do
wall.
that?
Yeah!
What are you talking
I'm
about? I
always
taught you
pleasantly
that move.
surprised when I don't die.
Alright, let's see it then.
I'm really curious how the audio is going to turn out for this one.
There.
This is the first time with the new mic?
No, I've done it before, but not without headphones and not with other people.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much background noise it's kind of scrubbing away, if any. Oh, wait, I can't hear, didn't I? Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. We were speaking a bit about cognitive dissonance
Sam,
earlier and how
There's a ladder just out of reach. Hey, hold
it
on.
feels like an incredibly prevalent thing in this game, because Nate thinks he's a good guy. But he's actually a murderer.
But I'm interested in how cognitive dissonance is often misused, because it's, as I understand it, it refers to not to be opposed to one's own nature or think something wrong, but the actual feeling of discomfort you get when you keep two different opposing thoughts in your head. So like you think you're a good guy, and you you have to say kill someone, as they do in this game a lot.
Oh, yes.
And when you try to get those two feelings, two viewpoints to match together, you can get an uncomfortable feeling in your head.
There you go.
And that is what cognitive dissonance refers to.
In that case, I think it would be fair to say that Nate doesn't actually experience very much cognitive dissonance. It's like, yeah, you know, this is happening. This is what I am. This is what I am.
It was kind of interesting when I read about that, and I'm sad I don't remember what I thought about, but there was something, and I had a view, and I thought about something else, and I got this like block in my head. It was a real discomfort to have, and I was like, and I could kind of pinpoint it. That's now not only know what it is, now I know what it feels like.
Yeah, definitely, and it's and you have like that one moment to either react to it by sort of aggressively rejecting
the premise.
Yeah, the premise as a problem, where you can sort of
discount the opposing view, and you can come up with reasons why that isn't valid or something. I had a sort of a breakdown once about it when I posted. It was a thread about anti-racism, and there was a thing that I thought was anti-speciesist, and I brought it up, and I got a lot of hate for it, and I realized that it was the wrong forum to bring it up. It was about racism, and I was trying to make it about something else, and I was trying so hard to tell myself that they were stupid, and I should bring this up. But really, I was in the wrong there, and I had to realize it in the end, and it upset me really much. I felt horrible about it, and so that was a major moment of cognitive dissonance for me.
I think it's probably telling that I can't recall any one moment. You know, and if anybody heard that, there's such an incredibly audible crack noise when Nate's, without remorse, the orphan child who believes he's Indiana Jones. He just cracked somebody's head, or snapped somebody's neck. But you know, that's okay. That's
He's sleeping.
it's a humane way to go. I guess he reasons.
Humane killing.
Friend killing.
You two done prepping the site?
That's what you do with friends, right?
Cuddle kill.
Oh.
You know, you just hug them real close.
Come here, buddy.
Look at me.
Oh, that's horrible.
I don't know the details.
One thing I always thought really weird is how the bad guys are South African.
Mm.
You know, like the dudes in District 9.
Yeah, and Die Hard. No, not Die Hard. Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, that. God, I forgot about that. Yeah, where's your diplomatic immunity now, asshole? That's right. Combat roll. And oh yeah, I'm playing this on hard mode, which is difficult. Yeah, no shit. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Oh,
Hang on.
I might die.
What was it?
Somebody's on me.
Well, they're not very astute.
No, they are not very used to. This guy. Is somebody looking at me? Oh, yeah. Oh, not anymore. That was a mistake.
Oh.
Oops. Well, I'm screwed. I can see if I can lose him. Probably not.
Do they ever like lose focus?
Yeah, that's a bit. But it's kind of it's usually a moot point. But yeah, you can hide successfly if you're better at stealth than I am.
They had this old movie called Kentucky Fried Movie, which is like a collection of sketches. And in one of them, they have this Enter the Dragon-ish ninja where a guy tries to infiltrate a fortress. And I'm wondering if it's pretty old. So I don't think they're referring to video games in it, but they have this scene where he's like sneaking through a museum kind of thing, and there's a guard walking around in it, and he's like trying to sneak, and he pushes over a shelf full of silver porcelain, and it crashes, and the guard's like, and then moves on. So I wonder if that trope predates video games.
I think it's just it's the power of plot armor in a way, or plot super sneaky shoes or socks because it happens a lot.
He's so silent that it negates the other sounds.
Yeah,
anti-noise.
he's not quiet. He's just
You two done prepping
really.
Cemetery's ready for rich boys visit.
He's just so unobtrusive.
This lady wants the results. She wants them yesterday.
Have they found anything?
Heard they uncovered some stuff, but I don't know the details.
I'm gonna try to sneak around this thing here and just not be moided.
I wonder if it's possible to do they have noise reducing headphones, but I wonder if it's possible to do external. Like if you have a triangle with A, B, C, and A is a noise source, and B is a guy listening to it, can you have like a position C where you emit sound that negates the sound from A to B?
I think so.
Like, is it physically possible? Can you negate a wave in motion, or does it just flow through? I need to talk to Åsa about this. She's good with waves.
This is just like a purely
speculative.
From popular science sort of kind of thing. But I vaguely think I recall something like that. But it's like in a cone, they put up a speaker that projected down in like a cone, and in that cone, all other noise was sort of deafened.
Right, yeah, I've actually experienced that. They had that at a job fair I was at. That's true.
And that's like super weird.
Yeah. I love those things that just seems unreal, but isn't.
Pretty much like this guy's sort of glutes, I guess. Can you imagine like sneaking around like this all the time?
Well, I played Laserdome, so yeah. Nothing hurts my legs more than playing Laserdome because you're always sneaking around, and the day after your legs aren't happy.
Man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was another life.
It's in the
More
past.
civilized times.
When people only shot each other with lasers.
Come on.
So what's the objective here?
The objective is to the sort of bridge thing here in front of.
You're going to steal the bridge?
Yes, that's it exactly. I'm going to steal the bridge. I'm going to sell it to somebody for a lot of money.
It's a nice bridge. Let's just hope it's not a bridge to nowhere.
Weathered bridge for sale. Only slightly used.
Gun bullet damaged.
Oh, we can paint that over. But I just I should be more moving and less stand stilling. Oh, I think I'm good.
Oh! Tag team. I think the rock killed you.
I think, yeah.
It's a rock fact.
Oh god, I'm thinking maybe I should just, go in guns blazing. Probably be.
Heads up.
That's
You're right.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Nah.
That's almost never a good idea when you're playing a sneaky game.
The sort of deal is that you can do it both ways, and it doesn't really matter which way you do it.
And it doesn't even matter.
Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
right.
you've come so far.
But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Okay.
Eat some grass. Pretend you're a cow.
Screw it. I'm just gonna go nuts.
Dynamite!
Whoopsie!
Someone's
My bad.
Look out!
Oh, you're pretty good.
Oh shit! What?
Doing pretty well.
You got him. This is the one thing to be happy about. You should.
Oh!
Oh! There you go. Oh, got it. Duck.
And cover.
That was close.
Do you have like a health bar, or do you only have it goes black and white when you're low?
No, it goes black and white. You don't have a health bar. It's really similar to the way it was in the Last of Us, which also sort of did away with the. Come on, you asshole!
Nice one.
Behind you!
Oh, come on, man!
Did you watch that stand-up comedian that talks about video games? How he uses video games to unload.
No.
It was a pretty good one. It was like what do you call it? Stereotypical fan of video games. So it's like a stand-up comedian, 40 years old, and he talks about how it isn't really suitable for him to like video games. I like one of the comments he make. Yeah, it's only the largest entertainment industry in the world, and we're not supposed to like it. But he talks about Metal Gear Solid, where when he dies, the guy in his comm goes, "Snake, Snake, Snake," and he's surprised, how he never gets, unsurprised about his dying. He's never like, you know, oh, Snake.
Oh, not again. I guess we'll have to clone him again. No, he's always really... Otacon is always really upset when you die.
What's his name?
Otacon. Because now who's going to buy my anime for me? There's always Snake. Oh shit.
I sense anger.
I sense much fear.
I think you shot him in the groin.
Yeah, I think so too. There we go.
It's looking bleaker and bleaker.
Yeah, but I think temporarily. Let's see how this
I guess it's Wolverine.
This guy. Oh yeah, we haven't gotten started. God, it takes so much damage.
You know, I've downloaded a couple of comic books, the comic book arcs, and read because well, I feel like I want to know more of what's about. I'm a big fan of Marvel and DC and everything, but I've read quite a few of them, like the big ones, most that have become movies and such. Well, I'm still talking about those that become movies. But anyway,
Yeah.
I downloaded Age of Apocalypse, which has become a movie now, and read it, and it's pretty bad. It's like a 1,000-page epos. Epos?
Yeah.
And apparently in the comic book version is like an alternative reality version that begins in another reality where Xavier was killed 20 years ago, and instead, because Xavier was killed, Magneto has taken up his mantle and maybe not, but fighting for his vision of humans and mutants living together, because that Xavier dying made such an impact on him. And so Apocalypse, the villain, enters, and he wants to have a world. He's like this evolution plus villain, because survival of the fittest. So, you know, if any one of his minions dies, he must deserve to die, because everyone who dies deserves to die, and everyone who lives deserves to live, because that's how it works in nature.
And nature.
But it's just so unnuanced. There's like no story to it other than just these people that are bad and these people that are good, and the bad people, they have to pronounce they're so bad all the time, you know. They don't even care that anyone dies, and you're just insects, and I'm gonna smash you. And you know, when he's in a fight, it's like, and someone's a bit strong, it's like, oh, what how nice it is to finally have someone that can challenge me a bit. Haha.
Your power level.
Yeah,
it is over 8,000.
and the good guys, they really don't want to fight, you know. They're like, no, we shouldn't do this, but they're forced to do it because these bad guys, they're so bad. They're killing innocent children, and you know, they just write it in such a way that these people have to massacre a lot of people. And over 1,000 pages, there's just, you know, oh, we're gonna smash each other.
This is it a new movie?
Yeah, it's just out on cinemas. X-Men: Age of Apocalypse. It's just a couple of weeks ago, I think it was out.
I thought the next thing they're going to do was Civil War.
No, that's actually kind of interesting, because it's sort of two different universes. They're both Marvel, but two different movie studios own the X-Men and the other universe. So, like in the latest Avengers: Age of Ultron, you have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, which are in the comic books mutants. and Quicksilver is in the X-Men movies as well. But in the Avengers universe, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch got their powers from illegal experimentation.
Was that the floaty island, sort of the floating city kind of, or whatever?
Well, yeah, they lifted a city, and yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So they're not mutants there, and there aren't any mutants in the Avengers universe at all. So it's they've kind of separated the two. The copyright and things, I hate them because they make it so difficult to just if you had a good idea that you wanted to tell, you couldn't because there's like rights and money. You just couldn't. But so Civil War is in the non-mutant Marvel world, and Civil War is coming out in two versions, two movies. So you're gonna have Civil War Part 1 in 2017 and Civil War 2 in 2018.
And those are the ones that made the sort of original X-Men movies as well.
No, those are that's the mutant universe.
The mutant universe.
Yeah, so that's a different one. And in the mutant universe, the latest is the X-Men Agent Apocalypse.
That's confusing.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm kind of annoyed because this is two other friends, which we also.
Turn me inside.
Exactly. Take some deep breaths and go walk it off.
They are also super into the Marvel world, and so it's like confusing as hell to listen to them like nerd off about it because I have no idea. I have not read any Marvel comics. I watched the movies, and that's about it.
American shooters making friends.
I just think it's.
As long as his money's good, that's fine by me.
You think Drake's gonna show up?
I guess I just like to delve myself into lore.
Oh sure, I can totally relate to that. I mean, hell yeah. It's just for a newbie. I mean, I was like totally into the, for instance, to name a thing also Brandon Sanderson's universe.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I nerd out about a lot. And but the thing is, for Marvel, it's so big. It's just so hard to get into. I'm not really sure. I was going to start reading Deadpool, for instance. Where the hell do I start of these? These friends of mine, they were no help really. They're like, yeah, you can start with this, I guess, maybe. This other stuff's pretty good too. Just pick one up and start there.
Yeah, that's basically what I did, and it becomes super confusing because I've just picked a couple of arcs that I've heard the name of and read them, and. There's changes to the universe, like you had the X-Men House of M, I think it was called, which changed the universe completely.
Yeah.
And there used to be a lot of mutants all over the world. I think it was kind of a depowering event, which through a shift in reality, there was just a handful of mutants left. I guess they wanted to, sort of like the Infinite Earths storyline in DC, where they bring it all together a little bit closer. I read the Infinite Earth, which is a lot of the Golden Age, I think. No, I don't want to put ages on it, but they had like all these different characters. You had like the Flash and Superman, and this is the DC world.
Yeah.
And they wanted to bring them all together, but they were all described differently in each storyline. So they had like this major big event where they handled them as separate universes that all happened, but then through a cosmic event brought them all together. And after that, that was the Earth that was relevant. So you had some characters dying and some merging and going through it. It was kind of cool storyline. I liked it.
Yeah, I guess it would be good to read those kinds of like milepost arcs where shit like this, multiple universes happens, and so we get a perspective on where we are now in the canon. I read about this. I think it's Marvel. What is this? Superboy?
No, that's DC.
DC. Okay.
It's, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman is DC.
All right. Yeah. No. Then. Alan Moore?
No, that was Warren Ellis, I think.
Apropos.
But I highly recommend it.
I've read it several times.
It's so good.
It is probably one of my favorite comics.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
That's like what I did at first. I read like in quotes the good stuff. I mean, like Alan Moore's run of Swamp Thing is amazing. It's so good. It's so amazingly good. Like one of the things that I one of my pet peeves is when they introduce like a love story and they just mash it into the story and try to fit it on, you know, and
grind it in there.
yeah, you know, so like because when the hero wins in the end, he has to have and it's the hero's a man, so he has to have a woman, so you have to have some kind of love story, so they shove it in so the man can get a woman at the end of it. But what I liked about Swamp Thing to me was that it was written as a love story to begin with. It was about the love story between Abigail and the Swamp Thing, and so the story shapes around that instead of shaping the love story around the main story.
What is the character's real name, by the way?
Can I spoil a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the Swamp Thing began because Swamp Thing began as a character that I honestly don't remember what his name was, but as a man, and he was he was in an explosion and he fell into the swamp with a lot of chemicals around him, and he developed into this Swamp Thing. And that's how like the original Swamp Thing went. But when Alan Moore picked up, he changed the story, but without actually retconning anything. It's nothing of the previous is not valid, so to speak. But it is set in a new light. That it isn't actually that guy that got transformed, but in Swamp Thing, in Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, he fell into the swamp and died. And he got eaten by the swamp, and his consciousness was appropriated by the swamp. So
is it still like him basically, or is it a copy of him?
It's more like a copy. It was never him. It's a new being that shaped itself after the original person, but it isn't him. So it isn't his body that changed. It's his consciousness was brought forward, so to speak.
So he was basically never actually changed. It was a completely new being.
Yeah,
that's a bit like kind of sort of morbid. I'd expect from Alan Moore.
But I love the idea because he's so good at storytelling. I think that he can do something that changes a character so fundamentally, but still. Because Swamp Thing always thought he was that guy.
Yeah.
And that. So I should have said for the audience that. Well, I said spoilers.
Yeah,
so.
It's fair game, I think.
So that becomes like a major thing for Swamp Thing in the storyline. Like he realizes that he never was this person. He's something new. And that brings the whole arc about self-transformation and finding out what you really are. I really recommend it. It's like 6 trade paperbacks, and it's and he goes beyond what I think is just characters beating up each other.
I have always wondered this, and I will definitely check it out. Trade paperback. That's just a magazine.
It's it's like those are trade paperbacks, the ones that you have there.
Yeah, he's putting up my Foxtrot collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's good. I'll be interested to read that. I recall you've talked about Swamp Thing before, also. I think one comic I could never get into really was Watchmen, unfortunately.
Yeah, I like it.
It's too much. I mean, that's basically me when it comes to high fantasy. The reason I don't like Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know, controversial, right? but it's just to target. It doesn't target my sort of reason for reading fantasy or comics. Really, I want escape from reality and the horrors that we live in, and when it's so fucked up, and it's really quite depressing, really, because the nominal good guy in that show, I mean, he gets killed.
No, I totally get that. That's why I never got into like Breaking Bad. I can see why it's like a well written story, but it's about evil people doing evil things to each other. And for me, that's not what I'm about. I liked Watchmen because it talks about those issues more. They explore them, but I think like Breaking Bad is more like just delving into the hate. And I haven't seen it obviously, so I may be wrong here, but. I can take those things when they talk about it. In the same way with lots of Alan Moore now, V for Vendetta.
Oh yeah.
Which explores how people can be. Well, I guess Breaking Bad does that too.
What is that about? Is that the guy who gets fired and starts like growing?
No, he doesn't get fired. He's a school teacher with cancer, but he can't pay for his treatment, so he starts selling meth to pay for his treatment.
Oh yeah.
But and spoilers here also. He goes beyond that. I'm not sure if he's able to cure his cancer or not through those payments, but it goes. He keeps doing it not because to get money for his treatment, but because he likes the power. So he challenges the drug pins and tries to take control of the market because he likes the power.
Oh yeah. So he ends up doing the bad thing for the bad reasons instead of like at least having. I vaguely remember watching what is that other show? With the lady. Weeds, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one because it had a little bit more humor, and I like the middle class setting. I thought was interesting because that's a setting that is not usually explored when you're talking about drugs. It's usually the lower class and the violence and such, and that was a little bit more a world that I could relate to.
Oh sure, yeah, and I just thought it. Yeah, we're getting off topic, but the what the hell? Okay, no, that was a good show. I think it suffered a little bit from being a bit cyclic.
Yeah, it's funny you should say because and also again here spoilers. I thought it was good up until season 3. When the city they lived in burned down, and then they moved to a new city, and then they just sort of start over.
Yeah.
And it goes on. It goes on for 5 seasons, I think. But after season 3, I thought season 3 had the perfect ending, where her house burns down and all the traces, and she's sort of free from it, and I can link to it.
She licked me on my head. My cat was washing me.
So I thought it should have ended in season 3. So I totally agree with you that it's cyclical, that it just keeps going with the same thing.
Have you seen Bones?
No, I have not.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a show that suffers from really much the same thing, and it becomes so predictable.
It's about a forensic
anthropologist.
Okay, come on.
She's, I mean, it's never really stated, but I think it's supposed to be insinuated that she has like
Yes, we
Asperger's or some other diagnosis which sort of hampers her social interaction.
Well, at least it's a woman this time.
It's not like Sherlock, but I mean, she's a really awesome character. I really like her. But they really sort of repeat.
Look at this place.
Welcome to the St. Dismas.
Because that's a trope that keeps coming over and over again. The successful male that has like this just a way of things in a particular field, but without any social skills to deal with the people around him. You have like the House.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Monk, and the Newsroom, the Mentalist. The Mentalist I do enjoy though, but it still plays into the same trope. I'm gonna get a beer. Would you like one?
I think we'll stick with the hard liquor for a bit, actually.
All right, I'll be right back.
Hard liquor.
It's good for you.
I got some nuts in the pantry if you like.
Oh,
And also popcorn, but I can make some later. Kitty! My cat is being a bother. She's kind of butchering the couch. Pardon me for a second. Just having a short break for snacks.
Which pantry?
The one above the micro. It's a white bowl.
There you go.
Yeah. Nuts from. What's going on? What's happening? What you drinking there?
Störtebeker. Brauspecialiteten.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were back to
Alcohol.
alcohol.
Yeah, I had a pause for about 4.5 months of alcohol to experiment with sobriety.
It's an interesting field, sobriety.
Yes, not many are exploring it.
Did you know I have a PhD in sobriety?
Like the most boring PhD. No, that's not fair.
I also have a doctorate and a fellowship in bringing drunk off my ass, so they kind of cancel. Can I smell it? Smell.
You can taste. Is this is recorded for posterity?
Yes, this is recorded. Yeah, if I take breaks, I don't have a capture card. I just stream it to YouTube and it saves everything.
Nice.
That means that I can't really edit. I can't like merge two videos with each other or split them. As far as I know, there's probably a way, but I haven't found it.
Can you like download your own videos of your account?
It's possible. I'm probably sure they would probably be pretty compressed though.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm probably gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna look into getting a Thunderbolt like a capture device of some kind for my Mac. But
useful Italian phrases.
Mi chiamo. I don't understand. Non capisco. Do you have a boyfriend? Hai una.
My brother's an idiot.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mio fratello è un idiota. Hai un fidanzato.
And all your Italian audience goes,
Oh god, that you're just butchering it. No, I looked at Google Analytics. I had people from Russia watching this. Yeah, a few Americans, but mostly Swedes. Jag antar att jag kan på svenska egentligen, men this is selling it to a broader audience for that sweet YouTube dollars.
I do enjoy speaking English, so it's kind of funny when I was at Wave Gothic Treffen, synth and goth music festival in Leipzig in Germany. And me and my wife made a My Little Pony cosplay. We actually found pictures of ourselves on a Russian forum.
Okay.
So someone had taken a picture from us from behind and posted there. Yeah.
That's really weird. Did you run through Translate or something?
I think I did.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was positive.
It was like fan form.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Yeah, it was like, look at these fucking idiots.
Yes, Daddy bought me this plane. Yeah, you remember him. I think. You watched that part?
Yeah, was that the guy that you escaped with?
Yeah, the guy who went stabby crazy.
Yeah. And shooty.
Shooty.
No, wait, no, he yeah, whatever.
Yeah, some random stuff. St. Dismas Cathedral, this is where we're at now. St. Dismas, you may recall, is the penitent thief who hung on the, I think, was it the right side of Jesus? Jesus Christ. And he brought him up to heaven and he said, "You're an alright guy." Totally. You can come up to heaven and chill anytime, boy.
Jesus was Irish.
Yeah, of course he was. If I had to pick an accent for Jesus, it would be Irish or Scottish.
Watch too much Boondock Saints.
For different reasons. But if I wanted a sexy Jesus, I'd say Scottish.
I think that misspelling is like a point.
Henry's Gravery?
No. Go back a step.
Yeah.
And read. There. I'm not patient enough for this, and the not is written with K-N-O-T. So.
Good catch, actually. Yes, I suspect so. And I think he's funny. He thinks he's funny, but he's not really. He's a very good drawist, though.
Drawist?
Yes, it's a word. It is now. And basically,
that's a made up word.
You're a made up word, man.
Stonework, but no, dates don't match.
The notorious pirate Henry.
1659 to 1699.
Yeah, we got his
hoodie
Mechvum Eris in Paradiso. Anybody who actually knows how to pronounce Latin is probably wins.
Okay. Cross cutlasses,
and
skull
actually,
crossbones,
I know somebody who can
and the
pronounce
date
Latin.
1659
so
to 1699. We find a tombstone with all three, and we're in business.
Well, let's desecrate some graves.
No, this is not the grave we're looking for. This one doesn't have a skull and crossbones.
Hey, look at this one.
Hawkins.
Tempus Edax Rerum.
Let me see if I can find because there've been a bunch of
folks we got here.
Well?
There's been a bunch of Monkey Island references in the game.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we found one yet, but there will be a shit ton of them later.
Oh, there will be.
There will be. Gibson.
Like the rider.
I cannot hack it.
Wait, I wonder if that is a reference to the author.
I suspect it is, probably.
Yeah, I never thought about it.
Imbus or Edax.
Time consumes everything.
Oh, cool. Computer.
This guy was born too soon.
It's a big skull.
That's close. His sigil is a skull with its face turned to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people might be saying, "Oh shit, you're missing stuff to explore."
We're gonna look over here first.
And somebody just joined us to watch live.
What?
Greetings,
fellow human.
hello.
Oh wait, I shouldn't be that speciesist.
Hello, internet friend. I hope you're well. It is a bit speciesist, but I think it's a fair assumption.
Yes. We do have to generalize some things in life to live.
It's just more practical like that. I mean, otherwise I'd have to sort of presume a equine audience as well. That would be a bit tricky.
You usually use the comparison of picking up an egg. You sort of have to generalize how hard you can pick it up, because otherwise you might crush it each time, or you know. What?
I think my brain just threw out a gear when he said that. I don't even know why. I had a list before with treasures noted, so I could pick them all up, but I'm not going to.
Dynamite.
Shoreline was here.
Well, let's see what we can find.
Spela Shoreline. MC Even.
No skull and crossbones.
Skull
Nice
and
Celtic
crossbones.
cross. Not the grave we want, though.
No, that's the wrong one.
You had like behind you.
Yeah, I know because he's found it and he's trying to show us where it is.
So that's why this gravestones are over here, Nate.
Dorian?
Huh. Date is correct, but the swords are upside down.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
Wrong one.
I mean, they're right side up.
I really like how they made it. This is supposedly in Scotland.
You got something?
And it's really nice. Though,
Be sure your sin will find you out. I wish.
Jarvis.
No swords. Oh, this isn't it.
We were talking about comic books earlier, and having the Iron Man movie, they have Jarvis the AI,
Yeah.
Ooh,
and
swords
in the
match.
comic books, Jarvis is a butler,
Yeah.
but they thought it was too
Nope.
similar to Alfred
Bad
and
dates.
Batman, so they changed it for the movies to not have so many similarities.
Did you catch that joke, by the way?
No?
He looked at the cross and he said, "Bad dates."
I don't.
It's an Indiana Jones reference. You know, the monkey eats a poison date. Bad dates.
Now I get it. Now I get it.
Now, finally, the truth has been revealed. Stop! No, come back. He's stuck in the loop.
Son of the year. Sam, come here.
Benjamin Bridgman.
Did you find it?
So that's like a connection to the bridge.
Benjamin Bridgman.
No, this is actually right.
Avery's alias.
Yeah, but like you were after a bridge before.
Something odd about this skull, though.
That's right.
It's like it doesn't belong to the
bridge
stone.
connection.
And what's odd about it is that's not
The
Avery's
bridge
sigil.
connects things.
Skull should be
Oh my
facing
God, this plot is deeper than we ever thought possible.
sideways.
We're looking in the wrong place.
What is that? My God. You ready for this?
Oh, I've been ready for a long time.
Bring me the lamp. The rest of the treasure is yours, but the lamp is mine.
I wish our phones were built as well as ancient traps were, because they like hundreds of years in the worst weather and they're like always working.
Oh sure.
I want to have like this adventure movie where they try to get into some place and this whole sequence of traps starts going and it just snaps and breaks because
See
it's
what we
just
got.
too old.
There's actually at least one instance in this game where something like that happens.
Nice.
I was. Yeah, that would be funny as hell.
Like the poison on the poison dart has gone bad, or
That doesn't work. That doesn't do it doesn't do anything at all,
Mm.
really. And you have the oh, what the hell's it called? This is really boring because nothing happens.
sounds like a good game.
You push push a button and then the game freezes.
It's a crypt.
A crypt in a graveyard.
The secret door. I assume the secret door was added afterwards.
I think this might be my grave.
Hide his loot.
This crypt will be
Fingers
your grave.
Oh! Did I see something? Yeah. I think we found our first
One of the old monks wrote this.
journal entry.
A stranger.
Oh, stay a while. No, that's the Wanderer. Sorry.
I thought about that in the Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
where Pippin asks Frodo if they can really trust Strider, and Frodo says something like, "You know, I think a servant of the darkness of Mordor would feel fouler but look fairer." And I always want like Strider, like have a little sad face there because they don't think he looks good. It's like, oh man, that hurt. You know, I look fair. I think, you know, my mom thinks I look good.
I'm pretty. I mean, Glorfindel. No, that's no, not Glorfindel. What the hell? What is her name?
Arwen.
Arwen. Yeah, she says I look good. No.
It's like, no, you're ugly. Sorry. Must be good.
Sorry, Viggo. Whatever your last name is.
Mortensson. With an O. That's weirder.
He is Danish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least he's ugly, good looking.
Well, he is pretty good looking. It's just, you know, words hurt. Man, I love that quote from XKCD. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can make me think I deserve it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, that's deep.
Oh, gang's all here.
Jesus.
Other guy, naked, yeah, that's them. I can't remember. Let's see, which one is it? That's another naked dude. I can't really tell the difference. They're wearing sort of identical speedos. So is this guy nailed to the cross?
No, he's tied.
He's tied. This guy's tied. Yeah, one of them is the
penitent
the
thief.
penitent thief.
Christmas on the left.
But who's left?
Guest is on the right.
Your left or their left?
The camera helpfully pointed this out.
Ah, that's nice.
But could you be any more heavy-handed?
Avery sure had a thing for St.
Are we
Dismas.
sensing a theme?
Well, Avery fancied himself a good thief, right? Only
A
plundered and
friend of
murdered the
mine linked
non-British heathens.
a song on YouTube that a
Guess
guy
that's what
wrote
passed for
and
good back then.
performed called
Good enough.
Straight White Male.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny. It's about the hardships of being a straight white male. And it ends with, we used to own all the land and money. We still do, but it's not as much fun anymore.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
I think that people just don't give us enough credit.
You know, it's hard being this good.
Yeah. I mean, you know, being handed things constantly. I mean, it tires you out. You know, your muscles can.
Yeah, you know, all the reaching and getting.
It's tough. Tough on the you know the tendons and stuff. You know? Not easy. Not easy being this good.
So is this like the backside?
Yeah, this is the backside.
Jesus backside.
I guess you could say that.
Some kind of
You know,
lamp.
light it on fire.
Hey, Smokey.
Well, he's
Need your
he's
lighter
hot
over here.
already.
His ass is
That hurts my feelings. Not as much as it hurts your lungs.
Thank you, Father Duffy.
Also, this is so cool. I love.
That's
monsters
something.
system. Like, this shit works still.
Well, yeah, you know, it's Agent Trap. They should make phones out of
It's
Agent
coming
Trap.
from the other side
Ah,
of the
that's
wall.
the way they do it. They should make phones out of Agent Traps. It's like, you want to make a call, you know, step on this tile there that's slightly lifted.
It's literally an ancient trap. It's not a phone. It's gonna bite your face off.
Yeah, but you'll get great reception.
It's also poisoned with an interesting sort of chemical, so you think it'll get really sweet. So
Yeah.
it's basically like an old Nokia phone. It lasts.
Check it out.
It's like that
Something at the
scene
base of
from
the
the
statue.
Doors where what's the name of the guy who drew soup cans?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a scene with the character of him, and he has like a phone, and it's like, I got this phone so I could talk to God, but I didn't have anything to say to him, so you can have it. Now you can talk to God. They parody that in Venture Brothers. You know you watched the latest season.
Yeah, most of it. I think.
Yeah, and they have this crew of villains that take over the venture compound, and they like make this weird artsy movies. And they have a party at his place and steal things.
No, this I haven't seen.
What?
No, I missed that. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah, totally. Because it's fun because they have like this whole crew of villains, and they're all based out of this guy and his crew. What's his name? Someone is shouting his name at the screen right now. I hope. Oh god, I had it.
Let's see here.
How weird is it that like I can't explain it in a better way, but you can like feel the shape of a word. How weird is that?
Here we go.
Yeah, and you can't quite grasp it.
Yeah.
No, there you go. Let's see.
Now I gotta check it out.
Now we must do this thing. This thing.
I'm gonna Google soup can painter and see what I get.
Okay. Oh, yeah, the dude who make like the Campbell parody.
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. Yeah, no, that's not the one. Let's see. There we go.
That looks right.
The puzzles in this game are really easy.
Have you heard of Unmechanical?
No, I can't say.
It's like a puzzle game for the PS3, where like this robot that gets caught.
Machinarium.
No, similar,
Similar.
but not that one. It's funny you say because Mats, my friend, showed both these games. Machinarium I thought was a little bit too hard for me. The puzzles were a little bit, too hard.
Yeah, they're a bit convoluted. So.
Yeah, but Machinarium is more like an old school adventure game puzzles. We have to pick up things and use things on other things, and Unmechanical is more like these puzzles here, where you have to twist things or point things, or it was a little bit easier.
Looks like
I usually say this that I don't play games really for a challenge. I like them for the story and the flow, so I don't usually play games that are too hard. I don't want to push myself in that. Well, I usually don't like to push myself.
Actually, that reminds me. I've been forgetting. I'm sorry, folks. I should be muting the mic when there's a cutscene, and I will do that next time there is one. I've been trying to do that.
Okay, let's give this a shot.
Because it's annoying.
Is it like a simple mute? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Are you sure it isn't muted now? It's shining.
No, it blinks when it's muted.
Because that would be
Nice
funny if you
view.
were muted all this time. Can you just try it out?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute it for.
Yeah. Hey, is that a
There we go.
cave right below? Yeah, I think Avery's trying to tell us where to go next. There's one problem, though. Going back that way means we have to go back toward the cathedral. And back towards Rafe. Shit. Well, let's not keep him waiting.
With that bit of delightful banter over,
Let's break into Jesus' backside.
oh wow, that sounds like a porn movie.
I read this article about like, I don't know if it was Amish porn or it was Amish porn because there was all these they have their special underwears and stuff, and as they've shown in several researches that the most in the US at least, the most religious states is where they watch the most porn. So they've like created a market for a religious-oriented porn.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's. I was thinking about it. I mean, there has to be some like Jesus porn. There has to be like a Passion of the Christ, but pornographic.
Passion of the Dicks, or something.
There has to be some kind of S&M thing.
He opened the gate up
Yeah,
there.
probably would be.
Is it
Good.
a gay
That's the way we gotta
S&M
go.
Passion of the Christ?
I follow my lead.
Anybody heard from the scout?
I would actually, look this up.
Don't I wish. The storm has been messing
There's
with
a
me.
search for porn version of the Bible. You probably would find something.
The Bible?
Yeah, that's the one. No, that's the snuff fiction that somebody wrote. This God guy wrote it. He's really filthy.
So what's going on now? We've opened like the crypt and
We came out. There was a window which showed us a cliff which we need to get to, but we have to get sort of swing by this bit of the.
and suddenly they swarmed with bad guys.
Yeah, they sort of.
Wandered in from the wild carrying weapons.
The sort of premise is that this guy Rafe has a business partner who owns a private army and a bunch of mercenaries basically, and they just show up because they're currently blasting this area with dynamite to try and find this thing that Nate and Sam just found. So that's the reason. This is sort of a typical thing for Uncharted. They call it kind of like it's sort of a bowl map.
Hmm.
Because when you see like these waist high covers, there's a good chance you're going to be attacked.
So like set it up for you.
I'm just going to do it this game because this is actually way easier.
Oh, whoa.
Look out! Dynamite!
Ran right into it.
Okay, Nathan!
I was thinking it was easier this way, but
Well, it being easier doesn't mean it's easy.
Easy. No, this is true. I'm gonna see if I can try and thin things out a bit. See if I can
Thin the herd.
Because there was a bunch of guys. There were some dudes over here, I think. Yeah, it's possible I can just approach this from a different way, sort of angle.
Have you seen Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
Oh god, let's see if I can. I'm not sure if I remember that much from it. Really, is that the one with the AI thing?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, surprisingly, it's one of the movies I think I've rewatched the most times. It's a lot of the themes in it really resonate with me, and I think they make an interesting story and a lot of interesting characters. And the James Spader, which is from Stargate, Daniel. He plays Ultron's voice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And he just kills it. And he really gets Ultron to come alive. I super enjoy his performance and the character. I read about how they wrote him, that they wanted him to be sort of like a teenager, because he's this omniscient AI but he's also very new. So he's overconfident and because he knows everything, but he's still just arrived in this world, so to speak. And then you got the Vision that they create in the movie also from Jarvis AI. And AI is like one of my favorite themes to in movies. I think a lot of times they handle it sort of badly, but for a superhero mainstream movie, I thought it was surprisingly well done. I like in the end when Vision has just been created, and he says this, and they wonder if he's like, are you a child of Ultron or which side are you on? And he says, maybe I am a monster. I don't think I'd know if I was. And I really like that because I don't think like evil people do exist, but I don't think they're. I don't think there's so many as we think there are. I mean, everyone thinks they're the hero of their own story. Everyone thinks they're doing the best thing. I think there are very few people that just do bad things because they want to cause harm.
No, I agree with you because I think our motivations are powered by like our perception of the thing we're doing as good.
Mm. I read this book. I don't know if Traveling from the Heart of Darkness. It's this Swedish moral philosopher author. And I thought it was super interesting. She interviews people that were accomplices in the genocide in Rwanda, and how they can turn doing bad things into something good. Like they don't view themselves as I am this person doing this bad thing. How can I do this because it's bad? But instead they're thinking like, what a sacrifice I am making because I am doing this bad things which I don't think should be done, but I do it anyway for the good of the world, and they see it as a sacrifice, and they can also absolve themselves from their actions because it's someone has ordered them to do it. So they can both absolve all responsibility because it's not them ordering them to do it, and they can also see themselves as good because they sort of choose to do this bad thing because it, according to them, will bring goodness into the world.
No, I can see. I need to read this.
You really should. It's really I was about to say light read, but it's heavy, but it's written in a way that it's not a lot of jargon and it's a lot of interviews and just talking about it, so it's easily read, if I say it that way.
It's sort of accessible.
Yeah, accessible. Yeah, that's a good word.
That's cool. Oh, this guy right here. I just want to run in there and just gently caress him, smooch him. Man, there's a lot of dudes here. A lot of guys. There's only one bad female character in this. There's only two female characters, period, actually.
Well, aren't there two? His wife?
His wife and the evil...
So you had the good female and the bad female, and you know, who needs more than that?
Yeah, nothing. Okay, is anybody looking at me right now? Sweet.
Sleep with the flowers.
Sleep, my precious. Come on, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Like
okay.
4 guys in you now.
Yeah. I think I best avoid this, actually. Let's just go. I'm approaching this from a different sort of way. This time.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Oblivion! Oh.
Hey!
Holy crap, could he jump up fastly and pull his gun on him?
It's a very powerful gun. Oh, you mean Nate?
Yeah.
No, he's just... He's a strong dude. Yeah, he gets 3 more grenades at me. From this side. No.
can Nate die ahead of you?
Sam? You mean the brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
I'm surprised you haven't. That was like a dynamite. Blew up in his face!
But he doesn't really...
live at all.
Oh shit!
He doesn't actually... He can't... No, wait. No, I'm sorry. He can't die. That's a stupid but fine. Gotta hope that checkpoint.
Nathan! Nathan! Nathan!
Yep, the hell with it.
Oof.
Who did that?
Two brothers hanging along.
To your right.
Dynamite! Watch it! Gun up!
Nothing suspicious here.
Wait.
Hey, you, hey! They see us!
They all did. Everyone saw us.
Yeah, somebody shot me with a shotgun. I'm gonna see if I can take another way around. Try and knock off some of these guys to the right.
I read a book that I got from my svärmor. What do you...
Mother-in-law?
Mother-in-law. Called Alone in Berlin. I don't know if that's the English translation of the book's name, but that's the Swedish name translated into English. It was about a sort of elderly couple or older couple in Germany during Nazi Germany times. Good times. And they're both kind of, just having been going along with the whole thing. And, Hitler has been creating a lot of jobs, and the country seems to run well, and they're at wartime, and they're not really opposed to him. But their son dies in the war, and they sort of bit by bit throw off the programming, and realize that how bad it is, and they start this two people resistance thing where they write cards going against the government and leave in public places. It's like their form of activism. And it's a story about them doing this, and it goes all from before their son dies to they know it, and with their plans to do it. And you also read about the Stasi, how they discover the cards and how they try to apprehend them. And in the end, they are apprehended, and they go to camps and tortures and a trial, and in the end, they get executed. It's sort of based on a real account of two people that did this, but it's sort of a fictionalized account of it. So these two people did these things, but he's like invented a story around it, and it was really interesting. Because you get a lot of you get a lot of views of it. You get the normal society that they move through. They socialize with people that are totally into the whole movement. You read about their neighbors, which are Hitler and Nazi devoted. And then when they get caught, you go through the camps and the trials, and it's just an interesting cross view of the whole process, from the society to the lowest point where they execute people. And I think they make I don't really know if I have a point here, but
that's fine.
But It was. I like how they aren't like these pure, unadulterated freedom fighters that know what's good and right and do but they're like this just ordinary people with all their faults and all their. The male character isn't very loving towards his wife. He's very everything is supposed to be my. Oh shit! It's just grabbing around his neck. Everything is supposed to be my way because I decide, and so they're not really the best kind of people. And it's a lens through. It's how most of us are. We aren't like
perfect.
No,
Hang
exactly. And there's a lot of ways that we are faulty. But the end part of it was really intense. But they both get from a friend when they are in jail through various ways poison ampule that they can use to kill themselves.
Like cyanide?
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have to endure the execution. And the man feels like this release when he gets it, because he knows where he's going. He's going to be executed, but he can suddenly decide when to do it. So he sort of throws off all fears and can just move, and he pushes ahead of using it in a sort of a morbid curiosity way that he wants to know what happens, and up until the end where he's like put in a guillotine, and he never uses it. I'm going to visit the bathroom.
Oh, come on.
I'm out now. Nothing over there, eh? Hello? Hey, you okay?
What the?
Thank you. Sure, I got you.
Hey, good timing.
We're making some progress.
One of yours. Sweet.
Yeah.
But it was really well written in the end, where he like moves against his own execution, and it all feels so unreal to him. And I suppose it would be because it's such a
Everyone spread out.
I mean, you never really experienced that in a quote unquote normal life. You know, when you move ahead to your own execution and you have all these people, and he just feels sort of like an out of body experience, and he lays down on this bench and with the blade lowering above him. How do you even? How do you approach that situation, knowing your own death is about to happen?
Do they eventually use the cyanide pills?
No, he always intends to do it, but he never does, and it's so well written. I thought in the end, I think I've said that like 3 times now, but. He thinks about doing it, and then you hear the sound, and he doesn't realize what the sound is, but it's the sound of the blade coming down with a weird buzzing.
Yeah.
And the buzzing becomes an infinite scream, and then it just ends. My heart raced when I read it.
Yeah, it sounds like really creepy.
Oh. There's some peanuts stuck in somewhere.
Los snus, I think.
Oh.
I have lots. Let's see. Oh, there's a guy. Oops. Come on. Come back.
Ah, thank you. Did I tell you about the huge tooth piece that I picked out from my gum?
No.
I had had a tooth that I got a cavity in long ago. And a year or two ago, the fixing of the cavity broke down.
Yeah.
And man, I can't even remember now, but I think I fixed it again. But it didn't really take. It broke again. So in the end, I talked to a friend of mine who's a dentist, and she. And I talked to her about pulling the tooth out, and which she did, and it's amazing. It's one of those things that you just normalize, because I realized that I had always been super sensitive to cold in that tooth. So when I drank cold water, I would always shuffle the water into one side of my mouth, and when I pulled that tooth out, I could just have cold water in my entire mouth.
Oh my god!
It was an amazing, freeing feeling. But I had this thing that when you poke your tongue and there's something there, and you're trying and I did it for 2 days, and finally I just got this 3 to 4 millimeters big jagged thing from under it. I have no idea from where it came. I think it's it might have been part of the not sinew, but the thing that keeps your tooth to your jaw. Just hardened things. But it was. I got it out, and it was such a freeing feeling too. It was, and I still have it. I think in a can.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, I like to keep my own bodily things.
Fluids,
Yeah.
pieces.
If I ever have amputate anything off my body, I want to keep it in formaldehyde.
Okay, I think we're clear.
We did it.
Well,
Awesome!
that could have gone better. We're still
Could have gone better though.
It's good enough.
Gotta go back. That's
Such an ass.
Actually, this went pretty well compared to last time I did this. And this time I managed to stealth.
I'm going to stuff my vape as well. I'm just gonna get my e-liquid.
Okay, you ready?
There we go.
Haven't we done this?
Okay,
It's a moving dead guy there. Just,
Yeah, he's just chilling.
still.
got it. Come on. Damn it, sucker's heavy. I know, right? How you holding up? Great. That's kind of
Pina
hoping to find the
colada
treasure back
juices.
there, but
Oh, that's the last
it's never
one.
that easy, right? It's been my
Well, that was really
experience.
good.
Plus, there
as
was
I
that
recall.
cool
Yes.
constellation thing. Yeah, it
But
was cool.
I do believe I'm going to go back to coffee after this one. Although I have two. Two canisters, or what are you saying there? Two chambers. So I might have one for each.
The canister always does something. I heard that Game of Thrones is pretty popular with the kids these days, huh?
I do enjoy watching it, but it's so well produced, and I am I like stories. I like how do you explain this? Just I won't say just things happening, but
I too enjoy causality.
exactly, but like more intricate. Like if I go back to like Age of Apocalypse, that wasn't really like a story. That was like just two teams beating each other up over and over again. There wasn't like a development of who did what and why they did it and so forth. There was like some, because he's my brother or because this or because that. But I do enjoy just storylines, and it's an awesome setting, and I like watching the fantasy made with such high production value.
Right under that high cross. That's where Avery wants us.
Oh yeah, that's
What
his
Avery
stuff.
wants, Avery gets.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm just gonna.
Then I steal one of your snus.
I'm gonna get a new one because that's all used.
all used up.
I'm gonna pause the video here, and it's gonna be a 3-parter apparently because this part in Scotland is just long. This is where the game sort of branches out and becomes a little bit more about the sort of idea of exploration. Even though it's still pretty linear, but we get a lot more stuff to sort of, run around and check. And I personally think this is one of the nicest sort of views in the game. Just this cliff and all. You can notice stupid little details like how individual snowflakes get stuck in Nathan's hair. It's just crazy the amount of detail that they put in there. But we'll be back. So see you in a bit.
Bye bye.
Bye.